And Steph, anything that you want to add to what we already talked about?
Well, I just want to let you know that I went to breathwork last night to prepare for the session, and the facilitator came over and put some pressure on my womb, which was very interesting, and said something about ancestors. I don't really remember what she said, but something about that. And then the throat thing, there were two facilitators, and the other facilitator came over and put pressure on my throat. That was very painful. So I wanted to just share that with you because you're saying throat stuff. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, got it. Choose representative for yourself, Steph, and choose representative. The word's coming to me as highest potential.
I wanted to ask Carmen if she'd like to represent me. And Julie, would you represent my highest potential? Thank you.
Silver, why don't you come in as what's blocking? So rep for Steph, Steph's highest potential, just notice how you are in the field, and then we bring in another energy of what is blocking. Everybody just notice, just allowing yourselves to kind of hold the group field, those of you on the outside. Also notice, if not necessarily having to jump into the field, but maybe the field needs one of us. So if the pull is strong, just noticing if something happens to your energy. So staying very attuned. And sometimes we'll feel things in the field. It doesn't mean we're getting pulled in. It just means we're feeling the field. So there's a difference, vibratory difference, whether you need to be in or not. Steph's highest potential. How are you? What do you notice in your space as you stand? Which direction? How close? How far?
Initially looking at this side window, which faces my neighbor's house, but there's a blind that goes down, so there's this much space where I could see out. So I'm noticing how I can't see the whole thing. Then I started noticing how asymmetrical the window frame is, and then I'm just noticing all the crown molding in the house and where it stops. There's none in the hallway. So just very observant of symmetry, lack of symmetry, and where things are not continuing. Breaks in the pattern.
Thank you. Are you aware of either the other two reps, Steph's rep or what's blocking?
No, I'm just focused on where I'm at, my house.
Cool. Just focused on where I'm at. All right. Steph's rep.
I immediately wanted to throw up, and my whole body feels unbalanced. Feels like the ground is ripped out from underneath of me. I feel like I'm spiraling downwards. My eyes have been closed. It's almost like I don't want to see what's going on, but I'm reaching behind me from my left and doing that in a circular motion. I'm holding that position not 100% because it really feels quite strongly dizzying, and yeah, it makes me want to throw up. I feel very dizzy as well.
Are you aware of the other 2 reps?
I could hear the higher potential, but it feels really far away. Like the sound is far away, and I can't turn myself to it.
Thank you. What's blocking? What shows up there?
I feel really lethargic, very kind of heavy. There's a general downward pull. Just, I'm so tired. I haven't got the energy to keep my eyes open. I'm just exhausted and tired, and this downward movement. It's like I'm in a vacuum. I'm not really aware of anything else around me. It's like I'm in my own little vacuum, just,
If you were to take a step backwards into the lineage of Steph's lineage, just notice what happens for what's blocking. Just take one step back into Steph's lineage, either to the left side, mom's side, or right side. Just see what happens to your energy.
I'm standing taller. I'm more alert. I'm more interested in what's going on. I'm more drawn to the father's side.
So you have more strength
Yeah.
when you step into the lineage.
Mm. And I'm on not high alert, but kind of more alert.
Thank you. Highest potential or Steph's rep, anything to add?
I'm completely shut down now as soon as Steph's rep started talking. I feel like I have a heavy weight on the back of my neck.
Steph's rep?
Can't open my eyes.
Can't open your eyes. Thank you.
I feel completely entwined with the blocking, with what is blocking. As soon as it spoke, I completely felt merged with that, relating to that. And when it started to step back, I could feel Steph also wanting to look at that. But when it heard about the father, it kind of froze, but still facing the lineage, facing the ancestors, looking at the ancestors, still having the feeling of nausea and all of what was said before.
Thank you. Steph herself, anything you want to add?
Just about the tiredness. I feel like I've been sleeping more than usual and I'm always tired. So yeah, so it's interesting that it's showing up as block. Also, I think Pinar has something for you.
Yes.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm pulled to my left. I cannot keep myself up. I'm just being pulled to my left, and there's this heaviness on my left. I can't keep myself.
Go ahead and follow it. And it looks like it goes all the way down to the floor. So if it goes down to the floor, just follow that.
Whatever is happening with that one is really activating me.
Thank you. Pinar, what shows up for that one?
So I needed support on my left, but it's like it's pulling me way into it. Even though I have support, I'm still being pulled. It's a very, very strong pull. I never felt a stronger pull like this before. It feels like I'm gonna just go into the wall and just go further away. It's just pulling me so tight and
Brandy, can you come in as what's pulling? What or who is pulling? Thank you. Highest potential, anything to add?
I feel like I'm about to be hung.
Stay with that. Just let that evolve and see what happens, see if that story moves forward in some way. What's blocking? Anything going on for you?
Yeah, I think roughly the time that Pinal came in, I'm being pulled backwards, slightly pulled backwards. And when the highest potential said she was going to be hung, I felt a pain in my neck. But I'm, yeah, pulled backwards.
Thank you.
I almost feel like it's not going to happen, but they want me to think it is. So I live in this fear that it's just going to happen.
They want you to think it is?
They want me to be afraid that I'm going to be hung. They want me to think constantly that's what's about to happen.
Thank you. Brandy, what shows up there?
For the most part, I'm standing on my right foot, being pulled to the right, but there's an air of arrogance. Like I feel like I'm in control here, and these other ones are beneath me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking down to the left.
Thank you. Stay open to the possibility that there are low vibration forces with us.
Okay.
Malevolent, if that's, just stay open. There was a coincidence before this constellation started when Steph and I were doing the intake that relates to 2 other constellations I've done recently. Malevolent. Steph's rep, how are you?
I too feel the pull way back through the left side. When there was talk of a hanging, I felt like I was hanging and swinging. I feel this soul as a very powerful soul that has gone through a lot. But there's definitely when Pinar spoke, I was following her and going way back.
How far back? Can you allow you to go back?
Yeah, when she said she felt like she could go through the wall, I also felt I could go through the wall. Like it's ancient.
Okay, Brandy.
Whoever I'm looking at to my left, I look at with contempt. There's a lot of arrogance here and irritation. And when somebody mentioned originally about being hung and pulled or something, I saw people being like just dragged to a hanging, I'm not sure if it's women being hung, only women. I'm not real sure, but that's kind of there's something about that. Like it's a cultural suppression of some kind.
And it's way back. You say ancient.
Way back.
Yep. Are you the one doing the hanging, or are you an observer?
I'm given the orders.
Mm, thank you. Human? Mostly human?
Let me sit with that for a bit.
Thank you. Steph's rep and then Pinar.
This feels sacrificial. I
Yeah.
definitely feel like I'm being dragged and even drugged and put into a deep, dark hole. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Thank you. Pinar, any changes? And then Brandy?
I feel like I have no control in my life. I'm almost like a puppet and I'm being controlled. And I don't even feel like a human. I'm just like this being controlled with no self-authority at all.
Thank you. Kevin, I want you to represent the light in the lineage, and it goes actually way back, and it's on mom's side. So even kind of as you step in, see if you can step out. Be open if that's not what shows up. Like I don't want you to force anything, just be open. But I'm seeing this light through highest potential's frame. It's the light that's way back there in that window back there. It's cut off, but it's there, and I want to bring it in.
Shall I rename myself Light in the Lineage?
Yes, please. The light in the lineage, and see how far back you have to go to access it. But I do think it's there. Julie, Steph's highest potential, please.
I'm about to go to battle with whoever said that is giving the orders. There's a lot of rage right now.
Thank you. Brandy, go ahead.
So I know that I'm being influenced or rewarded by somebody bigger than me to do what I'm doing.
Thank you. So I'm going to name you, if it's okay, Brandy, the one giving the orders.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. What's blocking any change?
No, just want to say, really pulled backwards. It feels like my neck is really pulled backwards, quite a long way.
Yeah, and you feel like you're on father's side, you said?
I actually feel more comfortable on the father's side,
Okay.
and that's where these symptoms are. They're not on the mother's side.
Stand on the mother's side. I want to know what happens when you go over there. And just be open, just see what wants to show up through you.
Feeling slightly pulled down, some sadness.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just looking down, some sadness.
So I'm gonna have you let that roll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you just come back and just be you for a minute.
Okay.
Steph, you choose a rep for highest vibration cosmic forces.
Let's try to go with Sam. Are you open to do that? Well, can't speak right now. Would you be
Right.
open to do that, Sammy?
Highest vibration cosmic forces. Barb, can you represent the one behind the one giving orders if you want to represent?
I can, but I feel more powerful than that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Kind of difficult.
Okay.
Nah, your phone's still not coming in.
Can you hear me better now?
So far, there's reverb.
Okay.
You feel bigger than that.
Bigger, 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 bigger. Yes.
Well, positive or negative?
Positive.
You feel positive vibration. Okay, bring that in. Good. Maybe even the plate.
High vibration.
Good. Bring that in.
And I have to stand up because I want her to hear this. I feel like this hippie person that's really like full of life. And I just want to take her face and I just want to like show her the future, like not looking at the past. I feel like there's so much energy back there that pulls her back. And I want I feel like I'm running around throwing flowers and stuff like that. Like, hey, look at me, look, I'm right here in front of you. Don't look back there, just look here. And I love Sam. He's adorable. Like if we were in a constellation, I would be all over him. I would be hugging him and loving on him and just really, really like being part of him. So I don't even know who he was brought in as, but he's like, I adore him. Like I want to be part of him.
Got it. Thank you. There's some reverb coming through yours, Barb, so I'm going to mute you. Randy, for the one giving the orders.
I'm not super high on the food chain. It's more like, kind of bored now. I got power I really don't deserve, but I'm calling the shots because somebody, so I'm like kind of don't care.
Thank you. Sam, what's happening there? And then Julie.
I feel some slight pain in my right foot. It's variable. I keep seeing a tall, like see-through figure that's kind of white and blue. They don't have any distinguishing like facial features, but I see this figure. They're actually in a group and they're all holding hands, and they're telling me this is a galactic collective who is here to protect Steph and her friends. This collective seeks to help not only Steph, but those that she loves as well. They only come in benevolence, and they don't have facial features, but they're smiling somehow. And they would like me to relay this message at this juncture in time. Yes.
Thank you. Anytime they have anything to share, any blind spots, anything we need to see, just let me know, raise your hand. Any energies that can be released, not just from this constellation with Steph, but from any of us that we are able to, that we are willing to release. We would love the help. Steph's rep.
Whoever it was that spoke before, I think it was Barb, I was just immediately got this, I don't trust that. It feels like something disguised as light. But when the highest vibration spoke, I turned around and completely connected with that and felt that to be truth. That's the only thing that's helping deal with the horrible situation way back It wasn't just Steph, it was a whole group that ended up in a pit. Yeah, it was a slaughter sacrifice kind of thing. So the only time that this is starting to feel a little more stable is hearing the highest vibration cosmic forces speak.
Thank you. Julie, you were going to share?
Yeah, I'm very enthralled with Barb. Like, it just makes me light and playful. I feel very young right now. Dreamy, daydreamy. Just, if I could just sit there and stare into Barb's eyes, I would.
Thank you. Silver, you willing to take on a darker role? Good. Can you, as with these, just take them on 80%? Don't take them on 100%. Come in as the malevolent forces involved. Stay connected. And yeah, Dan, for the cosmic beings, if they can just keep us all, you know, safe, energetically safe and protected from any low vibration forces.
Jack, can I speak? Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes.
Silver, no. As soon as you brought her in, I wanted to jump in front of Steph. My arms out. Just no.
So Barb, still getting interference. It's pretty bad, significant through yours. Trust it. I don't know that I totally trust.
It's because nobody trusts me. That's the problem. Nobody sees me, nobody feels me, nobody trusts me. So I don't exist, but I'm here.
Okay.
Trust her.
Yep. I know there's some trust and some distrust. I'm aware
Jack,
of that.
did you say you want me to come up as cosmic forces protecting or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Light in the lineage, which shows up there, Kevin.
Before I was called in, when I was looking at real Steph and this curtain behind her, this throw, I wanted to tear it down and tear the wall down behind it. This was way back. And now coming in as the light in the lineage, there's certainly a great amount of light, compassion, benevolence, and equally rage and violent, destructive force. Like Jesus, when he went to the market and destroyed, there's this both together equal. So there's love and power, destructive power. I want to
with that role, just kind of stay with this thought or idea of what's needed and just allow the energy to move as much as it wants or shift. Julie, you had something, and then let's check in with the one giving orders.
I was just saying, I trust Barb. I trust that force. I feel a little innocent though, like I'm innocently just going into it.
I'm not sure I trust it, but I hear you.
Might be a bit naive.
Yeah, there may be like trusting the wrong ones. And maybe that's even what happened back with, you know, this ancestry piece where maybe they trusted and then they were slaughtered.
It
you know,
feels appropriate for my age though, where to be that trusting.
Thank you. Pinar.
Yeah, I feel like I was born into slavery. It's a group of people born into slavery. We were raised to some group to feed off of us. So we were just there to be sucked. Our energy was being sucked out of us, and we never lived our lives. We were born into that, to be that, and then they were just feeding off of us. And Barb, I don't trust her one bit, and I know she's the one.
Just say, true for you, she's a liar.
Yeah, she's tricking everyone. And she thinks she's doing a good job, but we know.
Thank you. Malevolent forces involved, what's happening there?
I feel really arrogant and full of myself. And I just think I'm so cool. I tell you, I'm swaggering. I have power, but I don't think I'm very high up. I've got a position of power and I love it and I exploit it. And I think I'm more grassroots, not grassroots, wrong term. I follow orders and I'm happy to do it because I'm arrogant and there's some I enjoy a bit of cruelty, but I'm not really very high up. I follow orders. I'm a bit like the thug, really.
It's interesting. It's the same thing Brandy said. Go ahead, Brandy.
When she came in, I'm not in this.
It's a
Yeah.
redundant role. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to change my name.
Okay. Yeah, because I think they're actually in Barb's frame. I know, Barb, you feel trustworthy, but for yourself, hold it not at 100%. Steph's highest potential.
There's something about following orders. There's people who follow orders are just being foolish. This whole authority thing and orders. No.
Steph's rep.
Yeah, what you said and what Pinar said resonated with me 100%. And when malevolent forces started to speak, started to get very agitated and I wanted to fight back. And I really feel like I've been tricked. And it's like there's a whole lineage that, you know, all of my ancestors feel like they've been tricked by the smoke screen of, oh, it's all flowers and wonderful and beautiful, and then take our energy. And that's that feeling of the initial feeling of having the ground taken from underneath me.
Thank you. Brandy, go ahead.
The word harvested as food came up.
And you've changed your name, Pinar, to Slaves.
Yes, we were raised for that. We were never humans.
Steph herself, how are you?
I'm doing shockingly good. I think breathwork really helped me come here today.
Try these words, Steph. It's good to see this.
It's good to see this. Also wanted to tell you that I pulled my neck on Friday as well. So I've been having really bad neck issues like since Friday. So it's good
Thank
to
you.
see that it's not random.
Thank you. Highest vibration cosmic forces, what's going on for them? Do they have anything to share with us?
They are saying the karmic ties that have to do with what happened in the pit with the slaves, with being a slaughter. It is coming to an end now, and it's been a long time coming. And there's been a lot of suffering in the long time coming, but it is reaching the ending chapter. And the forces would like to say, smile more, laugh more, play more, you know, almost watch the ending of this karmic loop as if a horrible movie is ending, as if a horrible play is coming to an end. But when the play ends, when the movie ends, everybody's still just a happy actor. You know, everybody is out of their roles. Everybody is still a big happy family. But rest assured, the suffering did not go to waste, so to speak. And it is coming to an end very, very, very soon.
Thank you, Sam, for them. Steph's rep.
Again, completely connected with highest vibration cosmic forces, and I so want to see an end to this as well. And I'm really happy to hear that this is the final chapter for myself and my ancestors. Yeah, I'm so done with this.
Thank you. Dan and Brandy, check in around this. Want to know about you two as coming in as as ancestors.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we any particular kind of ancestors?
Steph wanted to meet her grandparents, so why don't you bring in her grandparents? Don't know which ones, doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Grandparents. And it doesn't even have to be her exact grandparents, but that's just the name. Light in the lineage, any changes?
I was relieved when you called the ancestors in. The highest vibration is a form of reality, but it's above my understanding. And there's something rudimentary that hasn't been dealt with, something even physical.
Thank you. Highest potential change, anything to add?
I really resonated with the highest vibration, almost like a guru status. I want to latch onto every word. And alcohol is coming into the field. I don't know in what capacity, but I'm drawn to alcohol in my area here.
Thank you. It's either rep for Steph or the malevolent forces. One of you two is next.
When highest potential mentioned about taking orders and not liking taking orders, I thought, I love taking orders. This gives me life. And I very much saw myself as like the slave master. I have a whip in my hand. I have power. When the highest vibration came in, it took a little bit of my power away. I said I wanted to turn away, and it's like, oh, that I didn't want to know because it's going to spoil my fun. And that's happening with each high vibration rep coming in. It's like, oh, it's curtailing my fun. Slight ache in the neck here now.
Yeah, Kevin, I really want you to bring in the light in the lineage. So whatever energy comes through your body into the field. And again, I think it's associated with that window that's behind highest potential, like that window that's not the glass door, but the light coming in the window way back there. And just allow that to flow through you, the high vibration. It's kind of like before the slavery kind of thing, it feels like. But trust whatever shows up. Rep for Steph, go ahead.
When the ancestral grandparents were brought in, I felt a real thump in my heart and a relief. And then to know that the light and the lineage is empowering, it feels to be empowering that, and hence empowering me to stand up to what has happened in the past and move forward. I feel strengthened.
Thank you. Grandmother.
Grandma's a hoot. um, malevolent, whatever the hell was talking. She's like, "Ah, you have a whip," and I'm like, "Yeah, and I got a cane or an umbrella, and I'm not afraid to use it." I just like, I'm like, "You're nothing." It was just really funny, and yeah. Anyway,
How is it to be in the field of your granddaughter or a granddaughter?
I feel really proud of her. Like, look what she's doing to connect us all.
Just feel that in your heart and actually allow it to connect to the field in a positive way. Dan, what shows up for them?
Yeah, my fingertips are all pulsating a lot. I don't know exactly what that's all about, but I have that, and my ankles are really cold, but I hold a lot of love for my granddaughter, a great deal of love. And I'm very proud of her too.
Yeah, just really see her through their eyes, like let them look through you at Steph, and it feels like Steph herself. Just allow them to really Steph herself, how are you?
I feel really touched that my ancestors are here.
Highest potential?
Quite a lot of emotion when grandmother said she was proud of Steph, but I also feel like I'm not doing enough.
Yeah. Let's try these words. I always feel like I'm not doing enough.
I always feel like I'm not doing enough.
Does that feel true? Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
almost impossible.
Let's try this highest potential. I can't save them.
You can't save anyone.
Yeah. It's maybe a part of you trying to save these enslaved ancestors. Soul connection with them, love for them. Slaves, go ahead.
We're feeling grateful to Steph herself for doing this work too. We're still being pulled, can't be up. And then we're also seeing Steph's highest potential being tricked into things and needs to clear that. So she can be herself. She's a little clouded and she can't see through that.
Yeah, that's a young part, I think, too. Thank you. I renamed you Enslaved Ancestors. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Steph's rep.
I'm really, choked up and quite moved that my ancestors are proud of me. I am also feeling that what the enslaved ancestors pointed out, that there's still this cloud around me that's preventing me from connecting to my highest potential. But I really feel quite empowered that the ancestors are here with the light and with the highest vibration. It feels like, yeah, we can do this. We can move through this.
Barb, I wonder if I can rename you as malevolent energies feeding.
Yeah, that definitely came in when they started saying they didn't trust me. And
Yeah, I think
can you
it's
hear me?
a little bit. I think it's valuable to have you actually named so it's not confusing now that you're kind of outed.
Yeah, but I'm not just one thing. I feel like a whole bunch of events, like a whole bunch of things.
Thank you. Stay connected. Just don't hold them 100% as named. Just give them a place, but hold them at 80%, and then stay connected to yourself, Barb. Also, I don't want you to hold them 100%.
I don't like seeing my highest potential collapsed. I'm concerned about that.
Thank you. Well, let's have the malevolent energies, whatever they are, they're named now. So more clear about who they are. I want to hear from the light in the lineage. Kevin, what's showing up there?
When you mentioned before about allowing the light to move, it became solar. It was very much sun, very powerful, and could be connected to sun worship. Also very strongly directing the loving light towards the grandparents in particular. I feel if I can reach through there, then I can clear something.
Thank you.
It was a moment of Jesus on the cross, so there's sacrifice somewhere, but that moved beyond that.
That was named earlier, so yes, thank you. Enslaved ancestors, go ahead.
I'm really mad at malevolent energies because they didn't need to do this. They didn't need to feed off of us, but out of greed, and they were kind of like hoarding this energy. They were just sucking it up for no reason, just to hoard it. It's not like they needed us.
They needed you to not be strong. That's why they took your energy.
And malevolent energy says, bothers me when she connects with the ancestors past because it gives her stability. Great. Yep. Steph herself, how you doing?
I'm good. Can I ask can I ask you, Jack, if the grandparents would give me like a symbol or something that I could draw so that I can anchor them on my altar? I'm just fixated on my grandparents.
What a little lighter light.
Thank you.
With the light, Dan, hold it up in the center, kind of the center of your chest.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And can I say something, Jack?
Yes.
Last time, Stephanie's rep talk, I felt energy come out of the ground, come through my body and go toward Stephanie. So grandfather's saying, we're going to send you energy. Lots of energy.
Thank you. Grandmother, check in with the divine beings here, Brandy, for the grandmother, if she can put that crystal in highest potential's heart, like a battery. Check in, see if we can use this to create the bond.
This is getting hot. Hang on.
Okay. Just see if you can feel that bond, allow the bond to happen, that grandmother energy and highest potential. And Steph herself. Highest vibration forces, if you can help us to establish this bond, if any help is needed. If not, it's okay. Thank you for them to help us raise this ancestral vibration.
They can do it. They got it.
Good, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing for the malevolent energies. They certainly get a place, and it's good to see them. It's good to be honest. Malevolent forces, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I've gotten weaker and weaker. My power's taken away, and I feel really sad. And I'm looking out the window, and earlier there was a young girl swinging on a swing, and the sun highlighted on the bushes, and I just want to go there.
Let
I
me
just
ask you this, malevolent forces, if it would serve their soul, perhaps they might want to connect with the highest vibration cosmic forces that are here in the field. If it would serve the souls of those probably humans, whatever they were, to have a better place, higher vibration place for them. It may not be the right movement, but it may. Grandmother.
With the crystal in my left hand, I'm feeling this pulsing coming through my hand.
Great. It strikes me as like a baby heartbeat. So stay with that and see if it wants to increase. Thank you so much, Barb, for sharing for these beings. Steph's rep.
I'm really liking what's happening here, especially with my ancestors. I'm still really concerned about these enslaved ancestors and the place that they're in. I'm feeling a compassion to help them elevate out of that, to help our whole lineage. I really want them to be a part of the healing.
Thank you. Enslaved ancestors, what happens? How are you?
I'm checking to see if I'm able to pull myself up. I still cannot.
Thank you. Who are you drawn to in the frames?
A Steph's rep.
Thank you. I want you, enslaved ancestors, if it feels okay for them, to look at Barb and who Barb's bringing through for us. I want you to see who was really doing the enslaving.
I want to look into her eyes.
While you do that, just have the light in the lineage behind you.
She's not looking.
You just keep looking. But have the light in the lineage behind you. Like the light before it got taken away. And you just keep looking, because what it's going to show you is where the power is. And it's with you, actually. When you can look. Highest potential.
Well, it's interesting. I was just fooled when the highest vibration turned the camera off because I thought that was the malevolent energies. And I was like, yeah, figures she turned her camera off. But she's attached right here in my stomach area, solar plexus area. And I'm just very stable with it, but she's attached.
Highest potential, just the people got fooled. My people got fooled.
Yeah, we were fooled.
We thought it was light and it was dark.
We thought it would help us and it didn't.
We lost our way.
I don't feel that that's true.
Thank you. Silver, what's going on for them? Are they still there?
Yeah, I just want to be put out to pasture, really. I just want to, I'm sorry, and I've lost all my power, and I'm sad, and I just want to run away into the fields and the sunshine.
Try these words if you can say them in authenticity. I see what we did.
I see what we did.
And it felt good.
And it felt good.
And now I'm seeing what it cost.
And now I'm seeing what it cost.
How's that land? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Just take that in for them. Take in all of that. It's the full range from what you did to what it cost. It's really everything. And out to pasture is welcome when that time is right. Steph, it doesn't feel super important to work with them. It feels important to see the malevolent energies feeding, but not the humans. Don't feel as relevant. I think they're a pawn also.
To me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did feel like when I was tuning in yesterday, I felt like there was something attached to me, like in my left ovary, but I wasn't sure what was going. Like I wasn't sure if it was in preparation for this today, but I just want to name it.
Thank you. Okay, who needs to share? Highest vibration, please. Cosmic Forces.
I was waiting to share this earlier, but now feels appropriate. What was coming through was that the slaves become the slave masters, the slave masters become the slaves, and they're in this continual loop until eventually both sides heal what's going on through love and forgiveness of each other and of the collective wounding that has led to the slave and slave master role and that play and everything adjacent to it. And we have reached a point in the evolution of our consciousness where that type of forgiveness is much easier to achieve than it has been previously before, because we have come to a much higher level of understanding. We have come to a much higher level of evolution on our paths, whether individually or collectively, or as we all have gathered here today, we can all understand that. And this is very sacred work, but this is also very sacred play as well. It's work and play at the same time, and both are equally important. And this is actually for everybody involved to place the same amount of sacredness onto play as we do on our work. And this could be your occupational work, this could be your spiritual work, this could be your service to the collective, service to others. It is equally as important as the play that is involved in it, because it is through the play that we can see through the illusion of the seriousness. It is through the play that we can see through the veil and truly remember that love and forgiveness are the keys to unlocking the karma loop. And nobody wants to be stuck in this loop anymore. And it is finally at a critical point where it can be broken off and healed for good.
Thank you. Pinar, for the enslaved ancestors.
Yeah,
Can you
I'm-
see the malevolent humans?
Yeah.
Malevolent forces humans?
yes. Energy speeding, you mean?
No, not Barb. The ones that Silver is holding.
Yes. And as I look at malevolent energies feeding, and also when the forces humans talked earlier, I saw them losing their power, and I'm finally able to sit up for the first time.
Yeah, I think I want kind of I think Silver's bringing through kind of the humanish ones that were involved. And I want to know if the two of you, enslaved ancestors, and these humans who were part of the enslaving, or whatever Silver was representing, if you two can see one another. Silver, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. And I want to help. I want to make reparations. I'm so sorry. I want to help in any way I can.
Let's start with this. We now own our part.
We now own our part.
Yeah, and just see the enslaved ancestors, but see them with your heart. And just let it sink in what you did, what happened. Huh, interesting. Malevolent forces left. But Steph's highest potential is laying on the floor. That's not so good. We'll work on that. We're gonna have to go there. Enslaved ancestors, how is it to see the ones they weren't at the top of the pyramid? That's been named twice from different reps, so it's important that they were actually kind of pawns. Sure, they were getting off on it, and they were being used and they were enjoying it.
It took them a long time to come to this point, but we're glad they're finally here and see that.
Well, when you what happens when you look deeply at them beyond the human, beyond the story? What if you just see the beings, the energies, the essences behind the human?
I want to say we know you.
Say that. Sounds good.
We know you.
And just say it from a soul. Yeah, at that soul vibration lens.
We know you. And I see them, they were also used like we were.
Yeah, they thought they were getting something good. Silver, what do they want to share, if anything? And then represent.
Yeah, just feel utterly deflated, like I've just realized what was going on. All of the above, everything that's been said up to now, it's all true. And I'm so sorry. And yeah.
Just take in the awareness of what happened for them, just at a soul level. Just take it in. Yes, Barb, thank you. I figured once you disappeared, once these two connected, that was sort of let them go and change your name back. Steph's rep.
I don't trust this at all. This is how the malevolent forces got us in the first place.
I don't trust it either.
Yeah, as soon as I saw my highest potential go down, it confirmed to me that these malevolent forces, they've been doing this since the beginning of time.
Yeah, well, those aren't the malevolent forces that Silver's holding. Those are kind of the humans that were involved.
It's still part of that energy pack. That whole thing there is just, I feel completely ripped up again inside. And I didn't see my grandparents' lineage, give the light to the highest potential, and that left a loophole for the malevolent forces to come back in again. I am so pissed.
Hold that for a minute. Enslaved ancestors, how are you?
We're still seeing the malevolent humans as being used. We're not feeling any compassion or anything towards them. We just see them as they are. We're not being affected by them at all. So we're just acknowledging that they were used. So we're not on their side or hugging them or anything, but we're just seeing them as they are. I said, we know you, we know them. I mean it.
Thank you. Grandmother, anything you want to share?
Nope.
Grandparents?
I would like to see my granddaughter's highest potential a little higher.
Me too. We're getting there. Light in the lineage. How are you?
My role seems more defined now. I see the grandparents as the grandfather. He's on my left side and the grandmother's on my right side, and I'm guarding and placing as much light and power into them. This is what I've been continuously doing, is being their guardian.
So here's what I want to try. Ancestors through Pinar. Pinar, what are we changing your name to now?
I want to be standing behind Steph herself and kind of holding the whole both sides. Like I see she's in the middle herself, and grandparents and grandmother on both sides, and I want to be behind three of them and holding the space for all of them.
Here's what I want to do first. I renamed you formally Enslaved Ancestors. Silver, you might be able to let that go. Hold it just for a little bit longer. To grandmother, grandparents, formerly enslaved ancestors, I want to know if you can call in the light, if these beings, their souls, can call the light back into the lineage that Kevin is representing. So kind of a soul call to pull the light forward, just like you guys were pulled back. Now I want you to pull the light forward. Let's re-illuminate this lineage. Re-enlighten. Steph's highest potential. I want to know if you can reach over and open that door that you're not leaning against.
Feel dead right now.
Good. Crawl your hand up. Crawl it up and just open that one doorknob. Not that one, the other one. Let that light in. Feel that light on your body. There you go. You can even move over into the light a little more if you want. You can scooch over if you want. Recalling in the divine light of your lineage, Steph, that got broken. Silver, I think you can let that go. Let them go. Thank them for showing up.
I have a rug here that it's a abstract pattern. There's like red that looks like blood stains, and then there's a white portion, and I'm drawn to the white portion right now.
Okay, can you get the rug? The image I have is even putting it into the light behind you and letting the light shine on it. Steph herself, how are you? You good with this so far?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the bloodstains would come into this constellation.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it differently. Yeah, notice the bloodstains, but also notice that what she saw was the white, not the
You
blood.
want me to show you the rug?
Sure.
That's the red portion.
Yeah. So Steph, see the heart.
Heart.
There's red, but see the white heart. It's what the cosmic beings mentioned, which is not looking back to the past anymore, looking forward. So rep for Steph, I want you to ponder the idea of finding a new way of honoring the ancestors. Higher vibration and a forward.
I'm looking at that heart. The other colors don't matter to me. I see the heart and I feel that in my chest, connected to the light of the ancestral lineage, just being like a very powerful hologram coming forward into this body.
Thank you.
And just molecularly, everything has that.
Yeah, Steph, this is not about the psychology story. This is about a soul shift.
Yeah.
This,
Thank
this is this is grace. This is magic.
Thank you.
Highest potential. What's happening? Any changes?
Well, I'm holding the camera, but it feels important.
Great. Let's stay with it energetically then. Let's keep doing it, moving the energies, channeling the energies. Light in the lineage. Can you share anything with us?
Just that there's real warmth in my back, and I just feel it burning through and sending more high vibration and light, healing light. But it's blocked. It's not getting through. There's a fine veil just on the surface. It's not strong, but it's just a fine veil, but it can come through.
Just allow it to slowly, slowly, slowly trickle through. Highest potential. What's happening now?
I wanted to stand in the white part of the rug.
Steph, I think you need to stand. Maybe even had kind of next to the tapestry, there's that white place right there.
I actually have a white heart. I actually have this.
Great.
Oh, you want me to stand, right? Okay.
Yeah, I think I want you more in your power. And even put the window at your back. Yeah, that's great. And then put the heart behind you. I actually want the light to go through that heart.
Like this?
Yep, I want to go through the heart and into your back in some way. You can even, maybe you can take it behind, underneath, right there. Put it at your back body, where your heart is. Pinar, I want to know if you could say these words. Leave the rage with us.
Leave the rage with us.
Does it feel okay to say that? Do you want to change it? Is it true?
Yeah. And before that, I wanted to say the veil between Steph herself and her highest potential was built to protect Steph because she wasn't able to handle all this. Now that the clearing is happening while she's in her center and the clear is going, she'll be able to see the veil and it's going to be cleared up.
Good. The high cosmic forces agree with that. Grandmother agrees with that. Say that again, that's important. So I want you to say it vibrationally into the field. With the vibration, say it directly to Steph as the ancestors.
The veil between you and your highest potential was there to protect you. Now that you're clearing all the karma from the past, you're coming to a place where that veil is no more needed. And it can come down and you can look at her and see her clearly.
Try these words if it's true. The veil has blocked you from us also.
That's what we were saying. It wasn't easy to face all this. And that's what the veil was working for. It was there for a reason. And now it's time to pull it down. No more needed.
Thank you. Highest potential, how are you?
Yeah, I'm noticing the sun is sort of peeking out now. I feel like something sort of has come over me. It feels good. It's a lot of emotion, but it comes from a different place, a higher place.
Yeah, it feels good to have your eyes looking up. It feels like looking to spirit. And a sense of like a new recognition. What is light? What is not?
I was doing quite a lot of
Looking to the
symbols.
true light.
Yeah. And higher connections.
I think, Steph, you can bring that heart to the front, to your heart, in the front heart. Steph's rep.
I really feel that I could step out of that role and have Steph really embody this fully because it's so, so important.
Good. So give it back to Steph, just through the field, let it flow out of you. Steph, we're going to let this flow directly into you. Cosmic forces, if you can hold this field for us and just create this beautiful, feels like a bubble of white light around Steph container. Steph, I want you to see the formerly enslaved ancestors now in their strength, now in their power. And then hold that crystal to your heart as you see them. Anybody need to say anything?
It's really huge for us to be the source of power for Steph right now. We never thought we would be that for her. Now it's making us feel proud and empowered and connected.
Anyone else need to share?
I just want to say that I'm so happy to see that my ancestors are in the light.
Try these words. I always wanted to see that.
I always wanted to see you in the light.
Yeah, it feels like to know them in the light. Capital K, like soul knowing. The grandparents, you had something?
Yeah, lots of energy flowing through my hands, like a ton of energy coming out of my hands toward Steph. Yeah.
The light in the lineage, can you share?
The veil that I mentioned before is almost completely broken down.
Good. Let's stay with it and let's keep just shining light on that veil. Feels like a plastic that biodegrades in the sunlight. So everybody just feel that. Just feel the sun was mentioned earlier. Carmen, can you bring in sunlight? Just bring in a little more yummy into the field. Radiant sunlight. Yay, that's good. So let's stay with these energies, just stay with the flows, knowing that it's still breaking down what needs to go. Cosmic forces, do you want to add anything? Are we doing good?
Words of congratulation are coming out. Congratulations to everybody who have made it here, because it was not easy. It was a long, winding path. The long, winding paths lead to beautiful summits, and long, winding paths have beautiful scenery along the way. And congratulations and thank you for having walked this difficult path. You did it for the slaves. You did it for the slave masters. You did it for the malevolent forces. You did it for the people who had no power, the people who were taking orders. You know, they are all worthy of love. They're all worthy to be healed. And this is hard work that we're all doing, but so worth it. So congratulations to everybody.
You're welcome to come to any constellations you want to. Just want you to know that.
Yay.
Yeah, thank them. Thank them for, I think, for all of us, heart and soul, for all of us. Appreciation.
They're very happy. They still do not have facial features, but they're smiling. They're smiling down. They're smiling at us.
Thank you. Who would like to share? There's a really profound stillness in the field, Steph, so we may be close. I want to check in with light one more time. Light in the lineage.
It's very close.
Let's stay with it.
The lightness and the playfulness that was mentioned earlier by the cosmic forces is the key element to breaking that thin veil. It's the humor, the lightness, the play.
Good. Steph, let your little girl be here. It feels like she kind of is. I kind of see her in you a little bit. Just allow young Steph, who's been through a lot. Yay.
Be with the lion too.
And be with the lion too. Thank you, grandmother. Cosmic lion.
Which lion? I have two.
Look, the big blue and purple one on the wall. Oh,
The tapestry.
bring them all. There's a lot of power in the purple and blue one on the wall.
Sunlight, how is it?
Feels pretty bright here.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, feeling playful, sunlight touching, caressing the skin, brightening up the room, feeling in assistance with the light in the lineage as well and supporting that.
There's a similarity step between your face and the lion's face. I've never seen it before, but I'm seeing it now.
The hair.
No, it's the face.
Do I need to get ears?
No, it's the face. It's something to do with the mouth and the nose, and there's a connection there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To the cosmic.
It represents your strength.
We've got sirens going off in our village here.
Thank you. Light in the lineage, let me know when it's complete. Go ahead, Light.
It may not be now, but when I saw the image of Steph, the illustration, I would recommend Sufi whirling to clear that. It may not be now, but I would recommend to Steph to do this whirling. there's something about the spinning that will give it the last. I see the spinning above the grandparents.
I'm checking in on whether that's now or later. I'm not sure, so it's probably later. Steph, what lands for you?
I was at the temple on Sunday and I saw someone twirling like the Sufi twirl in the middle of a sea of people, and I was mesmerized.
It's actually at the temple, probably.
The next question I had for my ancestors is, which temple are you guys at?
Which one did you see the whirling?
It was the Hare Krishna temple, but I've been going to I went to a Vietnamese monastery last Saturday, and then the Saturday before that we went to a Buddhist temple.
Right. Try this. Try this, Steph. Here are the words I want to say.
Mhm.
Follow the light.
Me?
Yeah. So which, and I mean that relative to which temple. Follow the light. And I think what it has to do with is you making the choice and trusting. Does anyone have to say anything around that?
The temple doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just do the twirling, the clearing.
Highest potential.
Yeah, just a reminder to keep some of this for yourself instead of always looking externally for things to do. It's within you.
Try these words, Steph. This is for me.
This is, well, this is for me
And my little girl.
and my little girl.
Yeah. You'll spread your medicine from that place. It'll still go. Does anyone else have to say anything?
I play.
Thank you. Anyone else have to say anything? Light, we good to close here? Okay. Okay, everyone. Held these roles. It's time for us to bless Steph. And so let's take what we've been carrying in the highest vibration, even when we can't carry the low vibration forces. And Steph, we give back to you what is yours with love, honor, respect for your perfect soul path, knowing that it's not ours to carry. And so we give this back to you all the way back into your lineage, even to the ancient ones and the forces of light and dark that have a place, not ours to carry. So everybody just feel yourselves bow or something like that, but just releasing these energies 100% back. And we keep any medicine for our soul. So any medicine that you got for your own soul, any cleansing, clearing, or healing, we get to receive that for us. Sam, I forgot to tell you about not representing them 100%. I usually tell people because it could be taxing on the body to run cosmic forces for an hour and a half. You can be very tired afterwards. You kind of need to stay connected to Earth. So if you're extra tired or whatever, apologies and thank you so much. Glad you were holding that for us. I'm going to stop the recording.
I'm probably going back to sleep after this.